All right, class. Welcome to the first lecture here for WT 72. This is going to be SMAW Groove Welds with backing. Okay, upon completion of this module, you will be able to identify and explain groove welds, identify and explain groove welds with backing, set up shielded metal arc welding equipment for making V-groove welds, and perform SMAW V-groove welds with backing in the following positions: flat, horizontal, vertical, and overhead. Performance tasks: set up the machine and then make V-groove welds with backing. Okay, here's just a few examples of some different groove designs: square grooves, bevel groove, V-groove, U-groove, J-groove, flare groove, and flare bevel groove. Okay, we're just concerned about the V-groove for the matters of this course currently. Okay, and double groove styles. This just means there's edge prep on both top and bottom of the plate. Okay, grooves. So a few things about grooves here that we have to know is depth of bevel. What the depth of bevel is the distance the joint preparation extends into the base metal used for partial joint penetration welds. So we do complete joint penetration welds for certification in this class, or qualification, that is. So our depth of bevel on our plates is actually going to be 1 inch, the whole thickness of the plate. And groove face, any surface of a weld groove prior to welding. Okay. So the groove face just basically is the face inside the weld. Ooh, what did I do here? Okay. Although single groove welds can be done without backing, single groove welds with backing are used for high strength, high quality welds. Okay, so these are what we'll do in the class here. And actually the one that we'll do is the middle one there with a backing strip. So we'll cut each plate at 22.5 degrees. Maximum root opening is shown in the drawing there of 1/4 inch. And then we will tack a backing strip behind it. Okay, examples of groove and fillet weld combinations. So these are just some different ways grooves can be used in conjunction with fillet welds. Just some edge prep to increase joint penetration. Okay, preparing weld coupons. If possible, the weld coupon should be 3/8 thick carbon steel to conform with AWS limited thickness test coupon requirements. Cut backing strips at least 1 inch wide by 8 inches long. Tack up plates, use a 1/4 inch root opening. Okay, the V-groove with steel backing is also the standard AWS qualification for plate welding. It is most commonly welded with low hydrogen electrodes. So in our case, we will be using 7018. That is in the oven. So remember, the rod's hot when you're going to grab it. And they will be set up as shown in the pictures to the right here. Currently, we're doing 1 inch tests. When we get more 3/8, some of you will practice on 3/8 prior to the 1 inch test. Okay. All right, this is just showing how you would set up for a horizontal groove test. One thing to remember with AWS standards, if you can pass a vertical and overhead test, you're qualified for horizontal and flat. So that's really where we are going to spend most of our time. We're going to run a flat test, 1 or 2 flat tests, just to understand what we have to do. And then you guys are going to jump right into vertical and overhead tests to get those done and move on to other processes. Okay, groove weld positions for plate. So just a little review here. We all should know this. So we have, 1G is flat, 2G is vertical. Plates are vertical, but the weld axis is actually horizontal. And as you can see, it can be beveled either way with two 22.5 degree bevels or with 145 and 190 degree. Both are acceptable options. 3G, again, plates are vertical, but then the weld axis is also vertical, and it's going to progress upwards. So you're going to start at the bottom and weld at the top. And 4G, the plates are going to be horizontal, with the welds being done in the overhead position. In 1 and 2G positions, the axis of the weld can be inclined up to 15 degrees. That means that there can be a slight up angle in the weld in the direction of movement. All right. Acceptable profiles of V-groove welds with backing. This is really important. As shown there in the top, the root reinforcement cannot exceed 1/8 inch. Okay, that's extremely important. It will be measured when you weld these. Things we're looking for: underfill, excessive undercut. It's real important, guys, when you weld these, and you'll hear me say it again, and those of you who have completed it have heard me say this. When you get up and you get the plate welded and you're just under the full thickness of the plate, or right at the full thickness, that's a perfect time to take a break. Take about 5-10 minutes, just go outside, relax, use the restroom, get a drink of water, let the plate cool slightly. Then that way, when you run the cover pass to bring it up to the full thickness, at that point, those cover passes will bring you to full thickness. And then also with the plate being slightly cooler, you minimize undercut. Watch for incomplete fusion. Sometimes that's due to poor tack up. And then watch for excessive reinforcement. So we want to concentrate on running quality beads all the way up throughout the weld profile. And if it is in excess of 1/8 inch, that's a automatic fail. You'll have to retest. But we'll go over that in detail. You guys will all get a practice run at this and get to experience it firsthand. All right. Tack weld the practice coupons. So you're going to tack on the top initially when you get them in position. And I'll demonstrate this for you guys as you get to that point. And then multi-pass weld sequence. So basically, even if you're doing 1 inch, it's going to be similar to the center picture there. You're going to alternate sides because you want that bead to tie into the other beads and then also to the plates as you weld it up. All right, here's a V-groove weld that's shown with the welds terminating just short of the prior weld. So you can kind of see how everything falls in there. I don't know why they include these. Okay, weave a root pass. Usually with 1/8 inch 7018, there's no need to weave a root pass at all. If need be, do so. Those dots there, that indicates a pause. It's usually where weaves tend to go wrong for students, is they don't pause at the toes. All right, here's a 2G weld sequence. 3G weld sequence. If you can weave, that's acceptable. Just remember to watch for excessive undercut. Okay, overhead weld sequence. All right, guys, that's it. This is largely hands-on. Review the PowerPoint, make sure and complete the quiz and the discussion prior to the exam. Good luck.